Coxwell, Assistant Chief of Fire and Life Safety with North Collier Fire.
I'm Jill Coxwell. I am the Accounts Receivable Accountant at North Collier Fire.
So I was born in Southern California, lived there for the first 12 years of my life, and then moved to another paradise in Florida when I was 12. And I've been here ever since. We were in Gainesville. My father was going to the University of Florida up until I was in high school, and then my senior year of high school moved to Naples. He moved here. It was his first job out of college. So moving into a little awkward coming in senior year at high school to Barron Collier as a senior, moving into a new high school. Finished Barron Collier and then went to junior college here, Edison Community College. Didn't really know what field I was going to go into, but I just did the general education. And finally figured out that I wanted to be a fireman, and I actually moved back to California because I loved it. I had some relatives out there, and I did my schooling in California, my fire college. I actually got an associate's degree, which is kind of uncommon in Florida to get that prior to actually being a fireman. And but once I completed my fire science degree in California, I moved back to Florida, came back to Naples, and went to fire school at the City of Naples Fire Academy, and soon afterwards got hired with the City of Naples.
I was born in Springfield, Illinois, but moved down to Naples, Florida in 1977 when I was 2 years old. So I grew up here in Naples. Consider myself kind of a native in a way. I graduated from Naples High in 1993. I got a softball scholarship to attend Troy State University in Alabama. So I was there for 5 years. I didn't have any plans on moving back to Naples. I thought I would probably stay in the Alabama area or like the Carolinas. But I decided to move back down to Naples. I was going to live at home for a little bit just to save up some money to then move back up north. And I was working at Books A Million. I was one of the assistant managers there. And I was actually on my shift. I was supposed to be leaving. I decided to stay a little bit longer. And one of my employees happened to open up the back door that turned on the fire alarm, set off the fire alarm.
So we received a call when I was working at the City of Naples at Books A Million for a fire alarm. And, you know, I had been working there for about 5 years. I was the driver at the time. The lieutenant and firefighter hopped off the truck and went in first into the store and to see what was going on, and got the story from Jill that, you know, hey, someone opened up the back door. We don't have anything going on. The alarm's not sounding. They were then walking out from the alarm panel room, and this was the first time that I see Jill and see them, and she was an eye catcher, and I'm like, okay. Might have said hi, and then made my way out. I was definitely interested and thought about her, and we had that conversation going back to the station, and they're like, oh, you need to definitely go back and talk to her. So I went back to the store about 2 weeks later, worked up the courage, and went back in, and came up with a corny line.
He walks up to me and he says, yeah, I was hoping that you could help me out. And I'm like, yeah, sure. You know, what can I do for you? And he said, can you tell me where to find a book on how to ask a beautiful girl like you out? So we obviously kind of laughed it off or whatever and started talking. So it came out that I played softball in college. And he's like, oh, perfect, because I'm on a softball team and we need an outfielder or something like that.
So she came out and played softball with us, and then we were able to, you know, just have fun and talk and get to know each other. So that worked out really good.
So we just got along really, really well. We had a whirlwind relationship. We met in late '98. We were engaged by 1999 and married in March of 2000. So we didn't waste any time. We kind of knew that we wanted to spend our life together. And I
knew the days that Jill's schedule at Books A Million, so could could we go back to the store on the truck and walk in as if, hey, we show an alarm going off here again, and lead her to the back room. So we set that up. I don't even work for City of Naples anymore, but I got on City of Naples truck with them. We went to Books A Million, siren going when we got into the parking lot there, just to give it the realistic effect that, hey, we've arrived. She's again the manager on duty, and she's confused because there's no alarm sounding. And the lieutenant on the truck was like, oh, well, we received an alarm. Let's go back and see what's going on. I'm sure she's having deja vu, but still has no idea what's going on. And so they lead her to the back room, look at it, and they're like, well, I don't know why we received that alarm, but that's okay. And when she comes out of the room, I'm in my bunker gear, and I propose to her inside Books A Million. I get down on one knee there. That's funny. I don't usually get emotional. She said yes, of course.
I was like, okay.